Hey everyone, so last time I showed you all how to make an application, like rather build an application using Google AI Studios, right? So this time I'm going to be showing you rather briefly how to actually deploy that application. In this case, how to deploy it in your local machine on a local server, right? So let's just get started with it right now. So once you build an application, whatever the idea it was, so you had a passion project or you have a professional project rather, you would build it using white code or whatever, and you'll finally build your application. It's complete. Now the question remains, how do you take it from here? Now it's just a preview, right? Whatever application you built over here, you can only view it by coming to your account in Google AI Studios, and that's it. But for example, if you want to share this application to someone else, or if you want rather anyone else to view it like a normal website or a normal web page, it's not easy, right? So you need to sign into your account first, and then only then would you be able to actually view the actual application, which is not simple. So if you want to deploy the application in a way where anyone can just go to the either go to the domain, or you can just share your application as a repository. For that to happen, there are quite a few ways, honestly, but in my case, I just used Docker and Docker Compose, of course, which is pretty simple. So I'm just going to be briefly walking you through how it's done for that. So first and foremost, you need to check if there's anything that you need to modify in your source code itself, like just bringing in the necessary Docker files or Docker Compose files in here and configuring them wouldn't be enough, right? So even if you configure them properly, you could still have some problems, conflicting problems with the source code, where you might need to change a few details here or there in any of these files over here in order for them to properly work when you hit Docker Compose up or whatever, right? So for that to happen, like, of course, if you are a person with a deep technical knowledge, this wouldn't be a problem at all. But for those who lack that necessary background knowledge, you can just, again, you can use the help of these AI tools, right? You can just go to Claude or go to ChatGPT or whichever chatbot or model you prefer, and you could actually connect it with GitHub, right? So for me to walk, or you can also actually post images of the application itself, right, one by one, which is rather a bit too complicated, I might add. So you can also share the project itself to the bot, whichever you prefer, which would be simpler, right? Or if you have GitHub, you can just, but I do think for that you might need a pro account, so you might need to verify that one yourself, because for example, if you have a pro account, you can have that extra feature of connecting your GitHub, your proper account to the prompt in a model like Claude or ChatGPT, and you can actually bring the repository in its entirety to the prompt. And then you can say, like, parse through the project, the given project, and just give me the necessary Docker Compose and Docker files that I need to in order to deploy it locally, or containerize it first and then deploy it, right? So for once that is done, once you configure the project and once you created the necessary Docker Compose and Docker files for the application, then of course you can just start your Docker engine. Like, you can just start running your Docker engine, and these are pretty standard procedures afterwards, where you can just go to the necessary. Oh, I think I still have it running over here itself, actually. Wait a minute. Wait, I think I have it over here. Yeah. So for once you configure these out, you can just run the necessary commands over here. And also you can just make sure to add these in the README file, whichever one you have in your application, to write down or just store the necessary commands over here, so that anyone who goes through the README files can just read those necessary commands and just get it started immediately, right? Which just avoids the complication of anyone who's unfamiliar with Docker. They can just use these commands almost immediately without a hitch and just get the application started, right? So that's also one way to go about it. So I've added the necessary commands and the prerequisites in my README file itself. And once that is done, you can just go with the commands finally, right? So we have Docker compose up. And one thing to note, just like I've written over here, prerequisite, of course, is Docker. And when you're using an application or building an image for an application for the very first time, you need to go with Docker compose up -- build. That's the first command you gotta get. That's if you are gonna build it for the first time, right? For the very first time. So once you've done that and you've finally built the image and the containers running from the given images, you don't need to use build no more. You can just straight up use Docker compose up. In my case, I already used build, so I don't need to type it again. I could just use Docker compose up to make them up and running again, right? So once I type in Docker compose up, the containers that have been created from the necessary images over here from the application, it will start running again. And yeah, the application can be viewed in my local server. That's how it goes, which is pretty convenient when it comes to Docker, because Docker Compose, they build the images for you and the containers for you all in one go, right? So for large scale applications, it's much more convenient in that sense. So let's just get started with this. Yeah, so we have it running over here. It's in the console right now. It's in the applications console log right now. And it's available at localhost 3000. So if I go to my browser, my local browser over here, and I type in localhost 3000, right? 3000. So hopefully, yes, there you go. Now it's working. And as you can see over here, this is not my first time I'm deploying my application in my local system. So what? The most important thing to note over here, right, is that once you've deployed the application itself, since you have volumes mounted over here, which you should make sure that you have the appropriate volumes mounted over here for the images and the containers itself, once that is done, you can close the application, close the server, and once you refresh it, the data, it stays. So no matter how many journal entries you have, it stays. So you don't have to start from scratch again, which is a point of the journal, right? You keep these stored and saved. So that is one of the advantages of deploying it with Docker too. And once you've deployed it too, you can share the application using GitHub too, right? So you can actually go here, and I think it is settings over here, and there you go. You have GitHub, the option for GitHub, and you can just actually sync your account over here, and you can stage and commit all the changes you've made over here. And once you've done that, then you have since I've already created my repository over here, you haven't seen that, but when you're doing this for the very first time on GitHub, they'll ask you to sign in, of course, and then they'll ask you to give the repository a name and whether to make it public or not, and the app description, the repository description itself. So it will ask you the basic prerequisites before it makes its own repository, right? Once it's made and all, it will simply ask you to commit any changes that you've made over here. That's it. But once you committed the changes and like made it a final repo, that's when you can actually open it over here in your local IDE, whether it's VS Code or something else. And then you can just create the necessary Docker Compose file, the Docker file, and of course, make the necessary configurations. And once that is complete, you can just give it Docker Compose up -- build when you're doing it for the first time. Then the Docker itself will create the images and start running the containers from the given images immediately. It wouldn't even take that much time, like depending on the scale of the application, of course. It could take quite a few minutes at best, but it is pretty quick the way Docker does it. And then you finally have it. There you go. You have it available on a local server, localhost 3000, 8000, whatever, whichever you choose. And yeah, you can have the necessary application in your own system. And once you've made it a repository, you can actually share it with other people too, right? I mean, that is a given. So that's how you can actually share or view the application outside of the given preview within Google AI Studios or Claude Code or whichever coding environment, coding model you choose, right? And before I end it, I want to also show you one more thing. I just want to show you how the application itself works. So I'm just going to show you how like efficient, or if there's any problems with the application so far. But one thing, because we need to test, right? We need to test if after making the small or some changes to the source code in order to make it work when we're deploying it with Docker, we should still make sure that the application is still working and there's no problems, right? We should make sure the volume's mounted properly. We should make sure that it's stored properly. But the volume mounting part, you guys already saw that the 3 entries I already made are still running, even though I've closed down the servers and deployed it one more time, right? So even over here, like, it started from fresh. So that's one important part. And in my case, I can just make any new entries I want, like I already made over here, for example. These are just, I want to test it. I want to make sure that it was working properly, that I can enter whatever I need, I can delete whatever I want. And even if I create a new entry and I say, I could type anything I want, and this is my journal, for example. It's just a basic template, and you can actually type the words itself that you've entered in the journal to search the necessary entry. So it is working pretty fine, in my opinion. And you can also give whatever design you want. Of course, that is up to you. And there you go. That is the application. So now you have a fully functioning application that you're able to share via GitHub or some other method, or you can actually deploy it in your local server or a more professional one through AWS or something. And yeah, you have a method now to create an application too through vibe coding and AI tools, right? So that's about it, and thank you.